next, moving to the next part is understanding the process, right? So there are two things, order pick and read. One is the selling process and the other one is the buying process. So when a person buys the product, he also goes through a process. When the person is selling the product, he goes through one process. So you need to be clear on how it works. So let's start with the buying process, right? Remember this term, read, R-E-E-D. Okay. Now buying process, the first part, right? It's always important to know, look at any kind of buy, right? Buyer's perspective. So it's like from the angle of the buyer. If you are going to buy the product, right, what will happen? What happens? I'll give you a very simple example. If you, how, right, you're walking into Big Bazaar. Okay, so there are varieties, right? So you walk from one rack to the other, one section to the other section, you'll keep moving, right? And suddenly you come across a place where like you have, right, you're moving through the soap area, right? What are you going to do, right? Your smell sense, right, is going to tell you that, oh, do I need this soap or not? You will stop because the fragrance is communicating with you, right, to tell you that whether you need that part or not. You know, there is an announcement that happens, right? That announcement is happening. Suddenly, like your ears will tell you that this announcement is meant for me. Most of the times you will keep on ignoring the announcement. But suddenly there would be an announcement which, if it is meant for you, it will come to your ears. Right? So coming back to this example, where, right, you are moving from one rack to the other, you see soap, what you do, how this buying of this soap happens, right? So once you are into the soap rack, you will try to recollect whether you have sufficient number of soaps for the month in your house or not, right? Only when you realize that like you have few or no soaps in the stock, then you're going to go to the soap rack. That's one. The first one, which I said, that through the fragrance, you're moving, you stopping and thinking, right? Second is like you already have a list. And from that list, like you are going to recognize that whether it is needed for you or not. So when you're talking about somebody wanting to have a course, right, whether the person, right, whether do you need the course or not, if you're going to be the buyer, if that person is going to be the buyer, right, he will be thinking whether he needs the course or not, right? Any part you do, right, the first process of read, R-E-E-D, that is the process of buying, is recognizing whether there is a need or not. So the need can come through, right, any of your senses when you're on the shopping sphere or when you're looking out for a course. So the artificial intelligence algorithm. So when you're doing your social media marketing, right, why this presence is required is, or through the social media marketing, right, it will help you to recognize the need. So for example, right, somebody on the browser, Google Chrome browser, for example, right, somebody uses Google Chrome browser. On the browser, I just type any, let's say, tuition teacher. I just searched for tuition teachers. So the algorithm is going to pick up the word tuition teacher, right? And every person, right, who is on the sellers list is going, so Google is then going to show you, right, who are the tuition teachers. The ads that are going to appear to you are going to be about tuition teachers, right? So same way somebody has searched for data science course. So the ads are going to show you, right, are about data science. You are going to approach somebody. If the person has searched about your company, the ads about your company are going to show. So these are different algorithms based how it helps you even to recognize the need, whether in the first place you need it or not. Same way, when you go to, right, the section where you're going to buy the soaps, coming back to the soap part of it. So you're going to the section, you'll see what it is, right? Which soap you prefer. One is like, for example, Synthol Lime. For the other is Liril, right? You'll start recollecting the ad also sometimes, right? Uh, so you take the Synthol Lime, it says like it is for 20 rupees, right? On the other hand, right, you have Liril, which says, right, 50 grams of soap is costing 20 rupees. One is 75 grams of soap, which is costing 20 rupees, right? And the other, it's like you have 50 grams of soap, which is going to cost the same 20 rupees, right? So you will evaluate, correct? Now, that's what you're doing, right? When you're taking up a course, you're thinking that you need to have something. When you're looking for a tuition teacher, you think that you want a tuition teacher, so you start. The next step is you're going to evaluate whether you want the tuition teacher, whether you want the course, or whether you want the soap. Which soap you want, you're evaluating, right? So there you may get a doubt. Once you're evaluating, the question starts coming in, right? Once that question starts coming in, you will start to answer it yourself also about the same. So you're evaluating all the kind of, so this is the second part. The first, right, you are recognizing the need. The second is you're evaluating the option. The third part, you're filtering and you're eliminating whatever doubts you have, right? Now, if you want more clarification, right, you will call the person who is standing next to you. Same way, right, if you want to know more about the company or thing. Now, telemarketers, they will call the telemarketers or telecallers to find out more. You have incoming calls to give out information. So why it is that? It is all there to eliminate your doubts. Now, you remember, as a salesperson, now this is, we are going through as a buyer, what is the process that you're going to go through. Now, this is where the salesperson comes in the picture, right? To clarify the doubts. If I'm the buyer, I'm going to solve it myself. Sometimes I'm going to take help from others to solve it. So you're eliminating one section by the other, right? By raising a query, objection to the salesperson directly, to or to myself as the buyer, that whether I need this or that. So the final part, now once you're shortlisting, like you've raised the objection, right? Based on the reply that you get from the salesperson, you will decide which product is the most suitable product. As a telemarketer, right, you'll also get such calls where the doubts are getting eliminated, You will eliminate their doubts and make them reach a decision. Which product is the most suitable product for them? You will help them to decide on that. Clear on so far? Yes? No?
Yes, sir.
Yes? So here is the right person of, I mean, this is the place where telemarketers and telecalling, telesales, or any other sales platform comes in the picture. So if your post, there would be somebody right on the post who will be asking questions, queries, right? So when the person is asking the queries with regards to the product, that means in the buying process, right, he has reached this stage. First, he already has evaluated the need, right? He has recognized the need, sorry. He has recognized the need, then you have evaluated the need. The third is now he is going to eliminate the doubts, whatever he has, right? Now, in this case, right, when you're talking about, right, having a doubt, correct? Now, what was this? Why it is going to be costly? Because the product is what? Say your 75 gram soap is costing 20, but Liril is costing 50 grams for, I mean, 20. So 75 grams for 20 rupees or 50 grams for 20 rupees is one of the doubts. So here, when you're eliminating, right, the salesperson is solving that doubt, right? The salesperson comes and says that, right, this soap will not dissolve very fast like Synthol line. So both soaps will come for the same number of days. And moreover, that if you're using Liril soap, right, the fragrance will be there for additional 2 hours. So what I'm going to do is whatever product I'm going to sell, right, I will probably add one USP here and sell the product. Clear? So this additional fragrance for additional 2 hours is going to be for, right, helping the person to finalize the decision. And this is the place again, right, if you see, if the person, right, is going to go for this, you are going to use the final closing question. If you're going to sell, says like, okay, isn't this the best choice? Because it's not only, so if you see this portion, this again is a fact benefiting part, like we discussed previously, right? Now, you're saying that the fact is, right, this is Liril soap. The benefit is that you can clean, but the real advantage is, right, it does not dissolve like Synthol lime fast, and it also gives fragrance for additional 2 hours. So would you like to have a product, right, which stands for additional 2 hours, which provides fragrance for additional 2 hours or not? Clear? Everybody? Yes? Okay. So shall we continue? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. So here you are going to help them decide the product. So read. coming back, the first part of read is recognizing the need. You got it? The second part of read is evaluating your options. The third part of read is eliminating your doubts. And the fourth part of read is decide. So this is the process that every buyer goes through. Recognizing the need, evaluating the options, eliminating the doubts, and deciding the product. Clear? And as a salesperson, your most of the jobs. So as let's talk about as a social media specialist, where all you come in the picture and how you come in the picture. So recognizing the need as a social media professional, right? You will recognize the need through how, right? Through the SEO activity that happens. If somebody is searching certain things, he will be searching, right? You will recognize and reach to the right person. The next is, right, you will help them as a individual evaluating the option. So you'll have product A or product B. If somebody wants to have tuition teachers, you will say that like, okay, you can have online option, you can have offline option, right? You want to have tuition teacher for mathematics or science, or I mean, it depends, like whatever is the options that are available, you'll just push in through the options with your posts, right? With your introduction to different things, your telecalling, right? All this, right, is to provide them the options also. The third stage is where all the questioning and doubt solving thing comes in the picture. So this is the place like all your fact benefiting, third party stories, all your takeaways and everything will come in the picture, right? Your sales part. And finally, you will, the closing questions, like the closing trial closes come in the picture here, where you help them to decide the product and redirecting them to the page where the payment gateway is also is one of the social media sections. So when somebody has decided to buy, it should, the process should be very smooth. So that's the reason. Payment, how you want to pay? You want to pay right online, or you want to pay through mobile, you want to pay the way you want to pay, right? You want to directly transfer from your bank. All these things are available. So that's the reason when mobile payments were launched, the system, right? You are able to, like when the demonetization part happened in India, right? Suddenly everybody started not caring about money at all, cash. They were starting to pay through different sections. Like they were also getting used to paying through mobiles. They were paying through SMSs, texting one person to the other, right? From your bank, you just need to put the phone number. The other person gets all the money through the phone numbers. So all different mediums are available for, right, helping them decide to make the payment or make the product. Correct? So every person, remember, for deciding, we have to, as a buyer, we all have to undergo this process for whatever product we are going to buy. Whether it is a small safety pin or a limousine car, right? Everything it fits into this process of read, REED. Clear? Yes.
Yes, sir.
So moving ahead now to the sales part. I mean, let's go, just do a small section where like the buying process. What are the key to sell your product and services successfully? Now, to the key here in the buying process is to helping them to decide and taking every customers, every person through this process smoothly. So when you're doing your telemarketing, what you're going to do, you're going to take them, you're going to help them to recognize the need. When you're doing your social media, you're going to help them to recognize the need. So step by step, if you're following all this 4 part, right? Yeah, why? So what you're going to do, you're recognizing the need, evaluating, right, the options, helping them eliminating the doubts, right? And getting them to decide. Correct? Now, this is supposed to be done. So how you're going to do, right? You're going to merge the selling process with this buying process. So we are going to solve through the selling process how the buying process happens. So I'm going to merge and automatically the person will buy. Now coming to the selling process, we have to follow something called as order pack. So you're going to open the call, you're going to develop whatever the hidden needs are, right? You're going to make the presentation or a proposal, then you're going to eliminate the doubt, and then finally you're going to close. Okay. So coming to the first part, not telemarketing script, right, that we are going to work on. You need to prepare. Every person, every individual who is going to do the telemarketing has to be prepared. Whether even if you are going to become a social media specialist, right, you need to know how this script works. You need to prepare because at one point or the other, you will have to present it to your clients, so like, for example, any product that you're creating on your social media, also, anytime you're going to do telemarketing, right, you are going to use this portion, right? Now, any script that you're going to prepare, the most ideal one is OddPick. So what you'll do is like you'll prepare it according to this process. All right. So you have to remember that you are not selling the product over the phone, but you are selling the idea of meeting the consultant or going to the next level or for the presentation or having a video call. You're just going to do that as the first part. Most of the prospects bang the phone or they'll just disconnect the phone because they have been called frequently by telemarketers who do not open the call properly and does not follow the sales process. So remember that you need to follow the sales process if you want to get to the end, step by step. The most ideal script would be based on the following guidelines. Remember that. First, right, we are going to talk about order pack. So, whether the person's number is correct or not. when you dial somebody, you say, hello, who is this? Right? Now what happens is you are calling that person and you are asking that person, who is this on the line? You're not even confirming anything. So what happens? The person is like, oh man, you called me. You tell me what it is. Who is this? So what you do is like when you dial the number, right? Or you just dial, you confirm whether the person, the time, the person, the number, everything belongs to the right person whom you're calling, right? Verifying that person is very important, right? Because you are going to go through this process. Now here, when you are going to call them, so first check, you're saying that hello, who is this? Okay, is this uh, now most of the times you're going to dial the mobile, right? So it's automatic, so you don't really need to check the number that is correct or not. But the most important part, you have to check the numbers, but the most important part is, right, whether the person you're talking is the right person. Okay, so you're going to give the question as, is it this number? Are you so and so? So example, is this right 24342640? Am I speaking with Mr. or Mrs. XYZ? Now once you have identified, right, you greet them, or you'll start with the greeting also and confirm, good evening, is this 24342640? Am I speaking with Mr. or Mrs. whoever you are calling, XYZ? So they say yes, you'll say very good. Again, you'll what you say, you'll greet them again and introduce yourself, right? ABC Industries, Ceasefire Industries, or Alma Mater, I'm calling, or this is Balaji from Alma Mater, or whatever is. So now you're preparing your script. Remember that you're preparing your script based on the ODPEC. That's the first part, opening. The next section within the opening you're going to talk about is, right, the most important one. Right, in a day when you're awake for a minimum of 16 hours, you meet many people. So now you're thinking how many of them, right, ask you, how are you? So immediately, right, you ask them, how are you, sir, madam? When you're asking them, what is the reply? If I say, how are you? If I ask you, how are you? What is the reply going to be? Most likely reply. Anybody? If I question you, how are you? What are you going to reply?
Fine, sir.
Fine. Right? You might be right. It's, you know how it happens. It's like, right, when I'm going there, right, and says, how are you? You'll say fine, and you'll keep moving. But if you're, for example, you have just walked out of a funeral, right, and you're just going towards your parking spot, or wherever you have called your Ola, Uber cab, or wherever is the bus stop, right, or your railway station, somebody crosses you and says, how are you? What is the answer going to be? Yes, what is the answer going to be? Even if you're walking out of the funeral, right, you're going reaching the bus stop, you have a very tiring day, you're still going to be answering fine. So that is,
No.
Are you? You're not going to answer, you're fine?
No, sir.
So anybody who asks you, right, when you're walking, right, if you're really in a bad mood, right, when somebody asks you, somebody calls you on the phone whom you don't know, and he is going to ask you, how are you? In that case, what happens? कैसे हो आप राहुल?
I am fine. Mastu, sir.
मस्त है ना? 2 दिन पहले जब ये था, right, for example,
Jaundice.
when you are, yeah, jaundice,
Yes.
right, तभी भी यही पहला जवाब क्या आया था? जॉन्डिस हुआ था, लेकिन जवाब क्या आया था? सर ठीक हूँ लेकिन थोड़ा तबीयत खराब है.
हाँ, sir.
Because correct.
हाँ, sir.
So कहीं पे भी the first answer, right? Correct, Reshma?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So the first answer is obviously going to be yes, I'm fine. And then you realize that, okay, I can share my grief to this person. My best friend is there. So then you start crying. दोस्त के सामने कितने लोग रोते हैं? नहीं रोते हैं कोई. अच्छा हूं. और बाद में कोने में जाके रोने का, ऐसा होता है. और उसी तरह अगर आप देखोगे तो if you're going to work for, right, let's say if your friends, the closest friend who remain, right, till the end, or they are like continuously there, where you can share your griefs and all, only then you share. So the first response when you're going to ask, how are you? The most likely answer is going to be, I'm fine, thank you. What next? So, right, what you're going to do, the next part is you're going to take the permission. How are you? I'm fine. Can we talk for a couple of minutes? So, Reshma, so what you're going to do? You're going to prepare a script.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so the script is going to be, right, you're going to have the opening line. Right, opening line, am I talking to so and so? Correct. Checking the number. Then you're going to say, am I speaking to so and so? Then very good afternoon, good evening. You're going to, these are all like your greetings. And then like you're going to introduce yourself, right? I'm so and so from so and so company. Like, for example, I'm calling from Alma Mater. Okay, so now you're putting yourself in the customer's shoe. So you're going to recognize the need along with them, right? What you're going to do, you're going to continue, right? With the courtesy, same courtesy, right? You're going to be very soft, polite, but like enthusiastic about when you're talking about, because you're looking from the customer's point of view. You're understanding? So what you have done so far, right? You have written down, you're writing down the script. Okay, in the script, the first part you're going to do is you're asking about the number, the person is right or not, right? You're greeting them and you're introducing yourself. The next sentence you're going to speak is very important. All right, you're going to take the permission, right? Can you talk with them for a few minutes or not? Or if is the right time to call? If the person is in the meeting and you're starting, hello sir, I'm calling from Alma Mater and we have this, and the person is, you're not even allowing that person to right? Talk. Is the opening correct?
No, sir.
So you have to tell them like, okay, is this correct time to talk to you or not? Right? So when you're taken the permission, the person will say, yes, please go ahead. And then you will be according to the customer's shoe, you're going to give them, right? A polite way to talk to them, right? How are you? When you're going to ask them, it's going to be helping them, right? You'll have the decency and the courtesy to not to bang the phone. You know, a lot of times they disconnect the phone, but then like courteously, if you're speaking softly, if you're following the process, they will not bang the phone, right? And continue with the call for some time, right? So this is the first step for your victory in telemarketing, right? Getting them their permission to talk to them ahead, and they will continue without disconnecting the line, right? So what you're going to do, the first step to victory in telemarketing is when you make the prospect on the other end of the line to listen to you for a few more minutes, which can be achieved by opening the call properly. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now, the next step is you're going to develop the hidden needs, right? So one is obvious need that he himself is aware of, like, okay, I need this, I need to take this course, I need to do, right? He is ready with his needs. The other is the hidden needs. There is a need, but the customer would not have recognized it or even thought about it. Forget about recognizing it. You would not have even thought about it. So for example, you're going to talk about data science. The person would have never heard about something called as data science, but the person is really good in mathematics or statistics. So you're evaluating and giving them the opportunity to think. The person is thinking about, right, earning a lot of money, for example. The person is thinking about the most hot, job industry, right? So slowly you're saying that data science is the most, right? It's one of the top industry currently recruiting. So you will start one by one. So obvious need, he knows about it, right? Hidden need is, it's like you are trying to help that person to recognize. So on the phone, you're going to inquire to find out that whether this person has the needs or not. So how do we find out the customers has the need or not, right? You're going to ask them the question. Okay. Now here, when you're talking about, right, close-ended questions are going to lead you to the closed probe, and open-ended questions are going to lead you to the open probes. So the first is the closed probe, right? Particular kind of questions when the person answering them will give a definite answer of yes or no, right? So this is related to your close-ended questions, right? The second one is like the open-ended questions or the open probe. So go through the trial close video also when you're doing this, right? So you will know that how to ask questions. You'll have the trial close, right? For open probing, you will have, right, more details for this. So you're generating that, you're asking certain type of questions. So open-ended questions will have WH frame questions, as we have spoken already. Close-ended will be like one answer questions. Isn't it? Won't you? Right? Go for it. This is good, right? This is right. This is not good, right? So yes, no, the way you want to answer. For close-ended questions or closed probe. Okay. खाना खाया? Clear question? हाँ या ना में जवाब. Right? Same way, open-ended questions may you'll have to have more details. So open probes are most effective ones. Right now, this is where most telecallers are not able to, in fact, get into the real picture because they keep talking. They do not allow the other person to talk. Okay, so the problems most of the telemarketers will encounter is how to probe. Because if you keep talking, if you don't allow the other person to talk, how are you going to probe? Right? And how you are going to question again matters. Right? Nobody likes to tell you about their own personal life, right? When you say, even when I ask you, how are you? Right? It's more like a personalized question. But you don't like to answer. So what do? You give out a general answer. Fine. Okay. So same way, how is your health doing? Have you visited the doctors lately? Things like that. These are all personal information, right? Same way, are you right? For example, if you're talking to a parent, right? And if you're going to ask them, right, how is the son studying? And you are the first time person they are going to talk to. Are they going to say, oh, mera bachcha to nalayak hai? हाँ? राहुल कभी मम्मी डैडी को पूछते यार सुना है क्या बोलते हुए कि मेरा बच्चा नालायक है?
No,
Rahul is
sir.
there? Nobody. Yeah. So mummy and daddies don't feel comfortable, right? So they don't feel comfortable. So your questioning has to be proper. So if your questioning is proper, you will be able to take it to the next level properly, right? So go through the trial close video. It will help you. Got it? Yes? No?
Yes, sir.
Now, developing these hidden needs, it is essential for us to probe the prospect for not only identifying his needs, but most importantly to qualify them, right? What is the best approach to probe? The most effective approach for you is to introduce your organization, give reasons, take permissions to probe, and slow and steadily collect detailed information, right? Inquire only after he says he's fine. Don't just keep on inquiring. Clear? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
So as you might be aware, so this is one of the examples. As you might be aware that we are into the business of providing high quality, right? Now we were talking about ceasefire industry. So this is like fire safety product. You're talking about, right? When you're going to talk about education, you're going to talk about education industry. So you're going to give the credentials, right? And based on the credentials, you will go ahead and continue. So you will give some information about the company. You will take some information about him or her as the prospect. Clear? So this is about the developing needs part of it. All right. Same way, right, once he gives the permission to probe effectively, right, judicially mix the open-ended and closed-ended questions or open and closed probes, as too much of amount of open probes will make the prospect feel uncomfortable. So remember that you have to make them volunteer to talk to, right? If the person is not qualified, politely thank him, right, to talking to them, and continue with your, so you're also having your checklist while you're talking to, right, identifying the needs. Okay, if he is qualified with the checklist, continue your giving your details and taking the details to that person, from that person, right? 3 processes. Remember, there is pre-call activity, that is first part. Second part is the call and the post-call activity. Right? Pre-call activities, whether the telephone equipments and everything is working properly, right? Whether the script sheets containing information, everything is ready or not, right? Where there is a call tracker or follow-up calls, you have the phone numbers, you have the, if your displays are working properly or not, right? All the leads that you have collected, all the databases that you have been provided with, whether they are proper or not, all this you have to check. These are all pre-call activities, right? As this case may be. Then you come to the call part of it. You're dialing the number, you're following your script. You have to be a good listener, right? Remember, focus on the voice modulation that happens over the phone. So you are listening, whether the person is sitting, standing, whether the person is walking, right? He's in an enclosed room. All this over the experience, you will come to know about it, right? For example, enclosed room will give echo. So when it's like your voice is echoing, what will happen? Right, you will know that the person is sitting in some enclosed room. Okay, or the person is talking softly, you will know that the person is not having enough energy. So you push in energy into that person, right? If the person is showing lack of interest, then create the interest, right? Using the ICR and follow the script. So when you're talking about ICR, it's for your recommendation systems, which are there. Fix the appointment and update your daily activity sheets, right? You have to structure your script next, right? Check if the dial number is right, check whether you are talking to the correct person. Yeah, right, wish them, introduce yourself, ask them how are they, take permission to talk. And so this is the entire structure. First is you're going to check the number is right or not. Next, you're going to check whether you're talking to the right person or not. You're introducing yourself, you're asking the permission, right? Permission to talk. And then like you're stating the purpose of the call and introducing the product and the company. Clear so far? Yes? No?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it's like, right, you have to give the reason to probe the prospect properly. You understood? Yeah, every script, right, that you're going to prepare, right? There has to be multiple script based on multiple objections that is coming in. So you have to keep on qualifying, you have to keep on modifying the one section of the script where you are going to ask probing questions. In different people will answer in different ways. right? And then continue for the next part. Clear?
Yes, sir. Sir.
Yes. Now, to talk about the script in total, right? We will have a different session, right? So far, right, till the script, prepare your script properly according to the ODPEC. Structure you, right? It should, like we speak here, right? What you're going to do, you're going to open the call, you're going to develop the hidden needs, you're going to present or do the proposal. Now, yeah, elimination of doubt. So this is all like your on the first two sections that we have spoken about the script part of. The other parts we will talk in the next session. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So let's continue this session later on. But before that, I want you guys to prepare, right, your mindset according to whatever we have spoken today. Clear about it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me conclude it for the day, right? We'll continue with this session, right, the other time. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.